Alright everybody, guess who is back? So it's been a long time. I've had to pause this whole vlogging thing because life is crazy. I am currently enrolling a very hard Hebrew class for seminary. So got tons of footage piled, but I'm gonna update you about this vlog channel. Alright, so we're back, and as you saw in the previous clip, I was scooting around our church office because apparently we have scooters because we're lazy, and we have such a huge church that we love just scooting around, and it's faster to getting from one end to the other. But one of the things that I wanted to say is that I'm gonna be branding this YouTube channel a little bit differently, and the reason is my wife does incredible things with Coffee and Bible Time, which if you haven't heard of it, you need to go follow them with Taylor and their mom Ellen, and they're posting vlogs and they're doing things at home with our son Theo and with Taylor and with Ellen, and they're doing a lot of Bible study kind of vlogs and videos and resources for a lot of men and women, especially who want to learn how to read the Bible. But I thought, you know, Ash, I was telling her and I said, I think it'll be fun to create something where I am showing you the life of a pastor, some of the ways that I teach the Bible, some of the resources that I use, some of the things that I like to do. So it could be a vlog channel, it can be a teaching resource for a lot of you, especially if you're a guy. I would love to connect with you in whatever ways. If you want to see workout videos, if you want to see Bible teaching videos, if you want to see just normal lifestyle and flipping tires and burning things. I'm just kidding. But I'd love to use this YouTube channel for that, to show you a little bit of my life. Also with Ashley and our son Theo and all the fun stuff that we do here in Iowa. Now, if you're subscribed to our vlog channel right now, to this one, and you say, but Johnny, the reason I subscribe to you is to see the life of the Armijo family, and now you're switching that on us, and if you feel betrayed, you can unsubscribe, right? But at the same time, if you want to keep following some of our lives through the lens and view of Johnny, then you should stay with us, and you're gonna enjoy some of the things that we're gonna post. Church stuff, some music stuff, whatever comes out of my heart, I love to share it with you. And so follow along to see some of our updates as a family, but also me as an individual. Now, the reason I was telling you life has been so crazy is because this is what life looks like right now. So any free time opportunity that I have right now, if I'm not, reading my Bible, or if I'm not spending time with Ashley or spending time with Theo or doing my duties as a pastor, this is what I'm doing on my free time. Memorizing Hebrew vocab, grammatical rules, so on and so forth. Life has been extremely crazy. There's a lot of things that have happened in the past few weeks, and there are times that as a pastor, you will have to prioritize certain things. I believe that God has exposed recently some misplaced priorities in my life, and I believe that I have 3 things that I'm going to be accountable for in my life, and maybe you can argue a fourth, being a student, seminary student. But the first one is, how did I navigated my faith? How did I enjoy Jesus? How did I sit under his presence, under his teaching, under his own discipleship? You're gonna be accountable for that. Second, about my family, specifically my marriage, and how I serve her, how I loved her, how I make sure that she was the most important woman in my life. And so I'm gonna be accountable for that, and also in the way that I take care of Theo and how I love him, how I disciple him eventually when he gets this sort of understanding of the gospel. So I'm going to be accountable for that, but also I'm going to be accountable how I shepherd people as a pastor, how I work, how I steward my time with the resources that he gave me in the context of being part of a staff or being part of a church. And there are times that I don't do good, and there are times that I'm convicted, and I am mindlessly just using my time with things that keep me away from shepherding people. I'm a pastor. I'm not just a preacher. I'm not just a worship leader. I'm not just somebody who's cooped up in an office. I am supposed to be in the mess of people's lives. So I need to make sure that my schedule is revealing and exposing that I'm a shepherd and not just this rock star, And lastly, I think that God is going to keep me accountable how I studied, for seminary. And, there are certain things that happen through our life. Like, for instance, the past few weeks, there have been a lot of funerals that I had to attend, and this puts things into perspective, because in the past few weeks, I've been able to witness so many horrible things as it relates to people dying, as it relates to me being the first pastoral presence, as a body is literally being carried out of their house. This young mom who passed away, who I was very close to people in her circles, and who left a young husband and a little baby in the hospital who had just been born. And then another funeral that I got to be part of last Saturday, and then that same day I heard of this 17-year-old here in the community who took her own life. So you think about all these crazy, horrible, awful things that have happened and occurred in the past few weeks, and here I am parsing, memorizing Hebrew vocabulary. Like, it feels like so insignificant when you look at real life, when you look at real ministry. You know, there's not a single person that I've pastored in my 5 years of being in ministry where somebody said, "Hey Johnny, why do you parse this Hebrew word malka, which means queen? It's a feminine. What are the rules? Is it a silent shawah? Is it a vocal? Like, who cares, you know?" But at the same time, I think that I need to put things into perspective. And it goes back to misplaced priorities, right? If I prioritize this over my wife, I'm gonna have straight A's in seminary and a D or an F for my marriage. And I think that that's gonna be a poor steward of the things that God has called me to. So my primary ministry is to love Jesus, to be a follower, to be a disciple, to love my wife, to love Theo, to love the people that God has called me to minister to in this environment, in this community. And the rest is to be a faithful student, is to make sure that I'm part of a community, so on and so forth. And to also make sure that I'm eating my protein and my greens. So anyways, that's my rant for the day.